All right, well, I have tons of major crypto airdrop alpha for you today, so let's just jump right in, starting with the Linea airdrop. Now, I have some good news for Linea and also some bad news. The good news is that yesterday Linea implemented blobs, which means that the gas fees for transacting have gone way down. So now if you're transacting on Linea, instead of spending maybe $1 or $2 to do a transaction, it's going to cost you a couple of cents, which is amazing. And this is great news for people that are trying to complete the Linea Park LXP campaign, because you have to do so many of these little tasks, each of which costs money for transaction fees. Now that it's a lot cheaper though, it's a good time to start doing this if you have not already. It's still going to be annoying and painstaking, but at least you won't be wasting as much money. Now the bad news for Linea though is that they just announced another voyage, the Surge voyage. And this one, it looks like, is going to heavily favor people with significant amounts of capital. So basically what they're trying to do is to incentivize people to bring more assets onto the Linea chain to increase the TVL, or the total value locked on the network, and to increase liquidity. And in order to do this, they're launching a new non-transferable soulbound token called LXPL, I guess L for liquidity. And this new campaign is going to be starting in April and potentially going for 6 months, or, and I'm going to say or because some people have just been focusing on the 6 months feature here, but or until they reach 3 billion in TVL. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Up until this point, it seemed like Linea was going to be a very fair L2 airdrop, because basically it's very tough to sybil it. You have to actually use proof of humanity to collect LXP, and you have to do all of these annoying tasks in Linea Park and their previous campaigns. But now it looks like people that have large amount of capital are going to be able to come in at the end, even if they didn't do any of the other annoying tasks, and actually collect a lot of LXP based on capital. So we'll see what they do with this. Theoretically, if the LXPL tokens are one-to-one equivalent with the LXP tokens, that might not be great for the community, because people that have been interacting with this network and completing all of their tasks and quests up until this point would probably be massively diluted by people that can just come in with $1 million of capital and rack up a bunch of LXPL. So we'll see what happens with this. They may bring some updates clarifying exactly how they're going to try to keep it fair, and I'm going to withhold my judgment for now. But honestly, at this point, it's not looking amazing. Anyways, speaking of layer 3, it looks like they are actually going to be dropping a token. So if you haven't visited the Layer 3 website in a while and you go, you'll see this little pop-up that says L3 is coming and that there's still time to mint cubes and maximize your rewards. And so it looks like the way to qualify for the Layer 3 airdrop is to mint their cubes. I have spoken about this platform a lot on the channel, and I've also mentioned these cubes that you can farm. To collect these cubes, you need to complete on-chain tasks. Some of them are easier than others, and some of them are more expensive than others. But if you have been collecting Layer 3 cubes, it looks like this is actually going to be transferable to the Layer 3 token airdrop. And if you haven't, there's still actually time. There's a couple of months left to collect these cubes before they actually launch the token. Another massive announcement today is that Athena Labs is launching their ENA token in literally less than a week. And the way that it's going down is that the Shard campaign ends on April 1st, and the token will be claimable on April 2nd. 5% of the total supply is going to be airdropped to users in this round, and there's going to be a second campaign. The token is going to be listed and tradable on April 2nd. So literally in less than a week, you are going to get your Athena or ENA token airdrop if you were farming this. I previously released a tutorial when all you could do was farm it on the Ethereum mainnet, but now you can farm it by staking MNT tokens on the Mantle L2, and you can also farm it on the Injective network. So if you want to try and get in over the last couple of days before the campaign concludes on April 1st, there's a few ways that you can do it. Now, one interesting point that they made is that any user that unstakes or sells USDE before the date of the actual token claim will not be eligible for the airdrop. And honestly, I don't like this. I don't know why they would include this, but you shouldn't be penalized for unstaking or selling the token if you held it for months and racked up a bunch of shards. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are already going to be burned by this. And what happens if you were using like the YT point system on Pendle and you never actually held USDE tokens in your wallet, and then you sold it after farming a bunch of tokens, or points rather, shards? Are you going to be completely penalized and get nothing from this airdrop? I don't know. This is kind of sus, and I would like to know more about this. Personally, I'm still fine. I'm holding my USDE, although I am actually a little bit worried because I bridged all of my USDE to the Mantle network via the Stargate bridge, and there's only 42 holders of the token on Mantle L2 and 20,000 USDE supply. So I'm a little bit worried that they're not even going to count this. We will see what happens though. I'm going to throw a massive stink if I don't actually qualify for campaign number 1 because I have a lot of shards and I've been holding it the entire time. Okay, next up, the Mantle lock-in period to earn Athena shards is now live. So if you staked your MNT tokens on Mantle, you are now earning M shards. And if we go over here, you can see that it ticks up second by second. And actually I can add the M shards token to my wallet here. And then speaking of Mantle, I can't believe I missed this actually, but if you have some METH from Mantle and you're looking for something to do with it, they have actually got a pool on Stargate Finance, which hits the Layer 0 airdrop. So if you want to, you can actually provide METH to Stargate for the Mantle network. This is going to earn you airdrops within the Mantle ecosystem, probably more MNT tokens, the Puff token as well, and also potentially the Stargate, or rather the Layer 0 token when they do their airdrop. So this is a decent multi-airdrop qualifier. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with your Mantle ETH, but this is probably one of the better ones. And speaking of Mantle, Al2 Finance has actually announced that bridging to the Mantle network is now 100% free, and you also earn double Al2 Finance points for this. So this is pretty solid. This is a way that you can farm the Al2 Finance airdrop by just going to Mantle, sending a bunch of transactions. And while it may not be free to bridge back out, you can send like 100 transactions in and then bridge out in one transaction, pay a small fee for doing so, and then rinse and repeat the process. So if you're trying to farm the Al2 Finance airdrop, I would say that now this is a pretty good way to do it. Next up, the Prism stake drop campaign is not claimable, but you can register your wallet and your Prism address. So all you have to do is go to their claim page here, or their registration page rather. You choose which token you're staking with the Prism validator. You click on that and then select the wallet you want to check eligibility for, hit verify, and then sign a transaction if you're eligible. The transaction costs a penny or two, and then the airdrop will actually go directly to your Prism wallet address within that wallet. So I was able to claim on one of my wallets, and I need to figure out the other one. There seems to be some issues that people are having, and I've heard that if you clear the cache of the browser and then reload the page, that technically should work. Okay, next up, you can actually go and claim some ZK tokens from Merkley if you ever used the Merkley Polyhedra Bridge features. Now, I went and claimed, and the good thing about this is that the claim for the tokens through Merkley is on the Binance Smart Chain, not the Ethereum mainnet, so it's not expensive to claim. It costs a couple of cents. So in this wallet here, I got 15.6 ZK tokens, and unfortunately, in my Bridge airdrop experiment wallet, I got nothing because I was 1 point shy of the minimum allocation. So if we click here under eligibility criteria, you can see that you have to have 3 points or higher to get an allocation. And it looks like people that spammed a ton of transactions on Merkley actually get a decent allocation from this. So if you ever used Merkley's Polyhedra, ZK-ONFT, ZK-OFT, or gas refuel features, then you should definitely go and check your airdrop eligibility. Next up, if you are collecting these Merkle M-Badge NFTs, there's one for Layer 0. And you get attestations for this M-Badge based on the different types of transactions and volumes that you've done through the Layer 0 or Stargate Finance bridge. So if you want to go and collect this, I'll leave a link down below. Another update is for people that received the alt layer token airdrop, staking is now live for alt tokens. So now you can go to the alt layer staking page right here and you can delegate or stake your alt tokens. In exchange for that, you do get a staking APR paid in the alt token itself, and you can track your portfolio and your rewards right here. Unfortunately, staking for the alt token is on the Ethereum mainnet right now, so transaction fees are going to be a bit expensive unless you wait till the weekend or in the middle of the night. Okay, next up, an update from Zeus Network and their airdrop to Jupe stakers and voters. They are dropping 0.25% of the total supply to Jupe voters. You had to actually stake your Jupiter tokens and then vote on proposals. You didn't have to vote specifically for Zeus Network, but you had to vote on something. And this is not a massive amount of the total supply, but it's also kind of just a side benefit of staking Jupe and voting with it. And the TGE is going to be on April 4th. Next up, a quick update on the Hydro airdrop. If you received this for staking injective tokens, you can now participate in season 2 of the airdrop by staking your Hydro tokens. And so this is a possible way to increase your airdrop snowball because they're giving 1% of the total supply in season 2, but also all of the unclaimed season 1 Hydro airdrop, which is actually a decent allocation. It's going to be rolled over to stakers in season 2. Speaking of staking tokens, we got an update from Camino Finance that the Camino token is going to be stakeable as well and is going to give a boost for season 2 of their campaign. Now, I am going to withhold judgment on this one right now until I see how the token launch goes and the valuation of it and whether or not the allocation is actually fair for the amount of assets and effort that I put into farming this airdrop. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to actually hold the Camino token and stake it for season 2, or if I'm just going to sell and move on to the next best thing. Next up, LogX announced that they have actually increased the amount of LogX tokens to gem, point, and multiplier holders. They've added 6.9 million total tokens to the allocation. These new bonus tokens are going to be coming this Friday, March 29th, and apparently they're going to be announcing this week when the token genesis event is actually going to happen. Okay, next up, there is yet another Galaxy campaign for the Orderly Network, and just a couple of days ago, they confirmed that people that complete these quests on Galaxy will be getting an allocation in their airdrop. So if you want to farm this Orderly Network airdrop, I highly recommend you go and check out this Galaxy quest right here. This is another simple one. It's just a bunch of social stuff and you get an oat and 200 points for it. And speaking of Galaxy quests, Grass has actually launched one as well that is similarly very simple, 4 social tasks, and then you just have to actually create a Grass account. If you've been following along with the channel, you probably already have one, so you might as well go and complete this as well. All right, next up, I have an interesting new opportunity, and this is the anime coin and the anime chain. It's a new opportunity launched in collaboration with Arbitrum and the Azuki NFT collection. And this is a new network for DeFi, gaming, and NFTs focused on anime. They have actually a point system on right now where you connect your wallet and your X account and you do some simple social tasks to get started. So I'll leave this down below if you want to explore this new opportunity. And then speaking of new opportunities, there's also the Alien X chain, which is another NFT and gaming chain, but also with some AI narratives as well. And they also have an airdrop. The first part of it is going to be social, and then there's going to be a node sale, which seems to be one of the new hype metas, and then also staking rewards. The community rewards for this are 65%, so very solid. And once you connect your wallet and your Twitter account and get an invite code, you can mint some of these Xboxes for free. The mint is on Arbitrum L2, and I just got 3 of them. I think you can get up to a maximum of 9. And yeah, then once you do that, you get to this airdrop page right here where they have daily tasks, check-ins, and other things that you can do to rank up and earn more of these boxes and get a larger airdrop. So there's a lot of these social airdrop campaigns on right now. Obviously, we saw with Gaming and also with Portal, some people are making bank off of these, and it's possible that some of these other new ones will also have similar results. I would be skeptical if all of them end up being as good as Portal, but you never know. Some of them might be able to capture some of that magic. Now, in terms of a couple other opportunities in the same vein, there's also Param Laboratory. You've probably seen people spamming Param comments on Twitter trying to farm this airdrop. The process is very similar. You just log in, connect a wallet and a Twitter account, and they've got a bunch of social tasks that you can do to earn points. So if you want to farm free airdrops like this, it's a decent opportunity, although I would say be careful because I've seen plenty of people on Twitter have been blocked or had their accounts completely deleted for spamming comments and being filtered out of Twitter for being basically bots. And then 2 other similar opportunities that I've seen of free airdrops with just a bunch of social tasks are Every World, so you can sign up for Every World. This one, I think you have to link your Discord account. And then Block, I've previously spoken about this on the channel. I don't know why though, I'm having a glitch. I can't actually verify my profile. I downloaded the games on my phone and I completed the challenges and it won't let me claim it. So it looks like I'll just have to fade this one. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Lots of alpha in there for you. Lots of things to do now if you want to make sure that you qualify for airdrops in 2024. So hopefully you found this useful as always, and have a great day.